Hey guys, Ranger here, and welcome back to a very, very special video. I really apologize for this being so late, but better late than never. This is actually a reaction and analysis to the brand new Mickey cartoon, Locked in Love. Now, my best friend told me about this before it came out. I was told that this was a really cute cartoon, and that the mice would be speaking sort of a combination of Japanese and Korean in this cartoon. Um, that's what I was told, uh, and or that's what I believe I read, and that once it came out, they said this was the best mice short to date. So, yee! I know this is going to be just adorable. So let's go ahead and check it out because I am a sucker for anything really adorable with the mice. So, okay, make sure still recording. Okay, here we go. Full screen. Okay, this is Mickey and Minnie basically locked in love. Start the video. 3, 2, 1, click. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. That's so cute. Locked. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. That little squeak was adorable. Ouch. Oh dear. Oh boy. I love the 8-bit sound. It sounds like an old Nintendo game. Oh! Ow, 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 ow. I love this music too. Oh boy. Oh gosh! Ouch! Oh! 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 Oh gosh! Work together. That's cute. I love this music too. Wait, is that Tokyo Tower? That's Tokyo Tower, isn't it? Uh-oh. Oh. Oh gosh. Sayonara! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. This was so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. This is so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's so much to take in with this cartoon. Okay, first off, obviously this I adore this so much, and I can my best friend was right. This was the best Mickey and Minnie short to date. Um, them speaking in Japanese. Oh my gosh, I love Japan, and so seeing and hearing the Mai speaking in Japanese. Oh my freaking gosh, just like a dream come true right here. Just hearing this. Um, but it was so cool that it was really cool that Mickey and Minnie ended up uh, becoming basically locked together. They became locked together with this padlock. And so they each tried to get the key back. Like, okay, basically, Mickey ended up accidentally losing the key. Uh, and so at first, in a cartoonish fashion, Mickey ended up. Uh, okay, now first off, I would assume that it's obviously you see all kinds of locks around here. Obviously you see all kinds of other padlocks and everything around here. So I'm thinking it's obviously this is a tradition around here, and I want and we see these beautiful trees in the background, these gorgeous trees, and I'm wondering if those are like cherry blossoms, but at nighttime, possibly. I don't really know. But again, we see all these padlocks around here, which obviously it's like a tradition there um, that the locks are placed. Obviously, it's supposed to represent love, and so Mickey ends up he has the padlock and he has the key to it, but he accidentally loses it, and so basically Mickey and Minnie begin chasing after it, and in a cartoonish fashion, Minnie is dragged along for the ride essentially, and it's interesting because we see these antics happen to Minnie that doesn't normally happen to her. Um, normally it's the guys that have these zany cartoonish antics that happen to them. It's very interesting to see these antics like Minnie being slammed face first into a pole, um, her being dragged down these steps on her butt, and just crashing through a tree branch and things like that. Um, it's very interesting to see basically that equality with Minnie going through that exact same thing. And then it's very cute, honestly, that then as Minnie begins to look for that little boar, Mickey, she accidentally, unintentionally, begins to drag Mickey through similar scenarios to what she did. And to me, that kind of is a really cute, like, to me, it's actually really cute that that happened because they both unintentionally ended up dragging each other through these things, and it, they went through it together. Like they accidentally drug each other through all of that together, and then it's really comical. It kind of shows again to me it's another cute little reference to their relationship. Like they both ended up going through very similar things of being dragged along and end up crashing. And end up all these things just happening to them. Mickey ends up they both end up getting upset at each other, and Mickey because they were dragging each other through that, and then Mickey tries at first he tries to chew his own arm off. He tries to chew his own arm off, and then tries to stomp on the padlock to try to get it off. And it hurts her because because she fears that it's over, like it's not working or something like that. Basically, Minnie was afraid that, that while them being stuck together, that it wasn't working, like it was too much, and that it wasn't, they couldn't do it. But Mickey realizes, like he sees Minnie hurt. He realizes what he was doing, and then with these two ants, they realize work together, and so they work together to catch this little boar in a very cartoonish and cute and cartoonish way, and I really really love. And they were able to capture the boar and manage to get on top of, I'm assuming, Tokyo Tower. They managed to walk off together, beaten and bruised. And then we see Donald and Daisy at the end. Gonna go through the same thing. Now, obviously, I really adore this cartoon. It's really, really cute. It's really sweet. It's a really cute cartoon with Mickey and Minnie. Like, it starts off, that simplistic little romance between them. They're just happy. They're just happy being, they're just happy being together. And they end up getting stuck together. They end up getting locked together. Um, and I don't know why, but for some reason, I don't know why, but I kept thinking that I read somewhere that they were, like, whenever it said that they were somehow accidentally locked in a room together, like a closet or something. I don't know why. I don't know why I had the impression that they were locked in a room together, like a broom closet or a janitor's closet or something, and they had to wait until morning until someone could actually get them out. I don't know why that I had that thought, but that probably could make a good fanfiction concept. Um, but again, I really love the animation for this cartoon. I really love how that this played out, and it was cute to see. It was really adorable to see Mickey and Minnie working together, but also kind of trying to, like, do things in their own way. And then they started working together at the end, and this was a really, really adorable for that. And I can see what my best friend meant whenever, pardon me, whenever they said this was the best cartoon to date. This is just so freaking adorable, so freaking cute. And now I'm going to go over some of the things with this cartoon. I freaking love the animation. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, I've seen just the animation. I mean, especially with this 4th season, the animation is just freaking fantastic. But oh my gosh, the animation for this just looks so much. I don't know why, it just looks so much different. But it just looks amazing. And the background here, this little shot with this beautiful heart-shaped tree around. I'm assuming Tokyo Tower. I'm just going to say Tokyo Tower. And you have the moon. You have these beautiful lanterns, and this beautiful park scene. And I'm just gonna. I don't know if these are sakura trees, cherry blossom trees. I'm not really sure. I'd like to believe that they are. You see this adorable little thing with Mickey and Minnie walking up together through the park, and then whenever they get to, like, they're just walking through the park. Mickey is kind of the cool guy. He's got one hand in his pocket. He's got his other. He has his other arm, his other arm wrapped around his girl's arm, and we see this beautiful backdrop scene. Again, I want to believe so much that this is Tokyo. And we see the moon. We even see these little heart shapes in the moon. We see this beautiful this beautiful picturesque view of overlooking the city. And we see these trees. We see this beautiful moonlit sky, and these beautiful stars. I mean, oh my gosh, I just love this scene. And the music that is just plays here is so beautiful and romantic as well. And then we see this adorable little scene of basically Minnie looking out over that. We see this little heart shaped lantern or something, light beside them, and they look at each other. And again, I love the animation for this. I mean, the pacing for this is just great. And then they start off, they're just sitting there together. That's adorable. Like, I don't know, I want to say like baked cookies kind of expressions, like with the little smiles, like again, it kind of makes me think of like baked cookies, like something that you would do with baked cookies. And I just now noticed the bench is like bent in the middle, and so they just casually slide into the middle of the bench together. Really, really adorable. And then we see these other characters, hippos, using this lock to lock around this light. And again, not sure about that tradition. That's something I'm unfamiliar with. We also see these little squirrels. And I don't know why, but these little squirrels, for some reason, makes me think of the squirrels in The Sword in the Stone, Disney's The Sword in the Stone. And then we see this elderly couple with what looks like a rusted lock. So that's obviously been there for quite some time. And it's really cute. We see Minnie looking at it with these big eyes, and like it's just a really romantic setting. And then Mickey surprises her with pulling out a lock as well. And Minnie's just surprised by it. And the way that you could interpret this is this lock could be the like with Minnie's expression and the way that this is just set up. You could easily interpret it to it's not an actual proposal, but you could kind of interpret it to be that way. Like it's sort of a symbolism, like it's symbolism with Mickey, like saying that with that lock, our love is eternal, and basically I'm not going anywhere. We see that little cute, adorable thing with Mickey doing his hands like this. Not and then it transitions to these different scenes. We see Minnie wearing like a kind of a Japanese schoolgirl kind of thing. Um, like sort of the check pattern bow in her hair, and then she's got like this this little outfit on, and that little pin that she's wearing on the collar. You kind of from its shape, you could like I think it'd be cute if that was actually like I can imagine that being Mickey icon shaped, and then it transitions from that to Mickey wearing I'm not really sure. I want to say like a soldier-based outfit, and then it transitions from that to Minnie wearing a traditional Japanese. Yes. Then transitions to Minnie wearing like a traditional Japanese kimono, and it's very beautiful, very very beautifully done. I mean, oh my gosh, just the design for this. Just look at the pattern on the sleeves, that detailing, and then like the texture with the bows and with the bows. And I just noticed how her ears are done. That I just now noticed that. Um, and then transitions from that to again to Mickey's wearing this other outfit. Um, and we hear a different voice for him, and oh my gosh, it's hilarious. And then just really cute thing with the mice whenever they're just looking at each other, and then they realize, whoops, we locked ourselves together. And then again, it was adorable. That squeak whenever they realize, I mean, they're mice. They're mice. The squeak fits, and then they realize, oh, we're stuck together. And I think it's cute with this animation how whenever something like that happens, how their mouths disappear. It's just cute while they just stop and analyze something. And again, I love the piano that plays in the background during this. Really, really cute. And again, I love the tiny little details. Like they don't go out with these big flashy things. It's just these little bitty details, like the mice. As soon as I get back to that, like I, like the mice just looking up at each other and realizing, whoopsie, what did we do? And then they kind of laugh, and then they try to pull apart, which results in them literally crashing into each other, and then then in a cartoonish fashion, Mickey tries to pull on Minnie's arm, which results in a cartoonish nature of like the arms are the same length, and if you pull one, the other arm goes in. Really really cute, really really comical. Then Minnie ends up squeezing Mickey's nose, and somehow that causes his ears and his nose to inflate, and it somehow causes Minnie's arm to extend. I don't know, but again, really cute whenever Minnie realizes what it's doing, and I think it's both. I think it's adorable how both apologize for what they were doing to each other, and then Minnie suggests the key, which is honestly cute because it's a key shape. It's shaped like a key. keyhole. This is a reference to Kingdom Hearts 3, isn't it? And then for some reason, I don't know, and then Mickey decides, somehow, I'm trying to figure this one out, this little scene here. Mickey tries to give a thumbs up, but whenever he moves his arm up, it somehow causes Minnie's hand to come back and smack her in the face. And so then Mickey drops the key, and they try to chase after it. And it's at this point Mickey begins to drag Minnie. Mickey drags Minnie, and then we see this really interesting scene here where this vendor is set up. And I love... Shoot, why can't I pause this thing whenever I need to? I'm getting sick and tired of this. It's really annoying. Anyway, okay, basically, it's really cute because, like, Minnie calls out Mickey's name in the traditional fashion. And Mickey and Minnie are... Basically, Mickey drags Minnie down these steps. And we see other characters. And I gotta say this. And again, first off, I love the music that plays during this scene. This sort of like an 8-bit style. I love it. It's really, really cute. It's really fun. Now, I gotta say, these two characters here on the left, this female here, I love her design. That's really cute. I love her. I really love her design. And again, like I said, we see Minnie, like, being drugged through every single one of these situations here. And then we see Minnie being dragged down the steps, literally on her butt. And again, it's not too often that we get to see that. And we see these... Let me just kind of go back here. And we see this beautiful setup here of the mice standing of like this hill. And we see this little heart representing the mice going down. And again, we see Minnie, again, face planting into a post, getting dragged down steps with a trash can on her head. How that happened, I have no idea. And then crashing through a tree branch or something. And then somehow or another, it lands on the tusk of this little bitty boar. And then the mice land on top of this boar, and the boar just basically tosses them, or manages to actually escape them somehow. And so at this point, that Minnie is really peed. She is cheesed off at Mickey. Mickey realizes, oh crap, I done goofed. And Minnie's just standing there like ready, like her ears are basically torn, like she has these tears in her ear, and she's ready to just like beat the crap out of him. And then she just like puffs up and inflates. And there's this little icon here. I think it basically is just telling Mickey to watch it. And Mickey just sits down. And so Minnie then drags Mickey over. And this is interesting because then we see Minnie using a magnifying glass to look for where the boar went. Now this is actually an interesting thing because there have been times in Disney comics where, okay, especially in the older comics, there have been some times in a few modern comics as well, but it was kind of especially prominent in the older comics, where Mickey loved going on adventures, and Minnie wasn't exactly the fondest of it. She was always trying to get Mickey to settle down and stay home. But like it's over the past, I don't really know how many years, but they've actually it actually has been established that Minnie herself actually likes adventure as well. And Minnie has been shown to actually have a very similar mentality to things like that Mickey does. And so I'm really happy for that. And so this right here is simply just another addition to that of Minnie using detective skills like Mickey would use to find this boar. And so whether Minnie's personality kind of was a bit of a carryover from Mickey over the years, from seeing him help out Chief O'Hara with cases, and basically Minnie just kind of picked up some things from him, or if Minnie just actually became gradually interested in it as time passed on. It could be left up to anyone's, and it could be left up to people's in inter interpretation. But again, I'm really glad to see. I'm particularly really happy to actually see this, to actually see Minnie to see Minnie actually doing that. And again, it's cute whenever she turns back and looks at him like sit still, don't move. And then Mickey's bored, so he just begins banging his back on this tree, and doesn't even realize that there's a beehive above. And this kind of makes you think about Animal Crossing, honestly. I don't know why. Like, you try to shake a tree, and then suddenly you find yourself being chased by a swarm of bees. And oh my gosh, inside of that beehive right there, the expression on Mickey's face, that's kind of the face of nightmares. And then Minnie begins to drag Mickey around, trying to find, and she doesn't even know that Mickey is smacking into things while she's trying to find this boar. And see poor Mick getting dragged along as well, and getting stuffed into a log. And then we see that it's hilarious, like how this log is how this log is moving about and just slamming down with Mick's poor face there, and just being, I mean, it's just how it's moving is just comical. And then Minnie manages to find the boar, and she tries to sneak up on it, believing that she's going to grab the key from its tusk. But the log with Mickey in it catches her, and they both end up tumbling down and crashing into this thing. So then the mice are upset, and they, in a cartoonish fashion, they try to get apart from that log, because it seems like they can't work together while they're being stuck together. And it's really interesting. A really interesting animation style is how whenever the mice are like literally face to face, their noses combine together literally, or bend to make one. Really, really interesting animation style. But again, I love this little background scene here with the woods, the ferns, and this like this moonlight setting here. This gorgeous purple hue. I love it. It's beautiful. And then this little scene at first, like I said, where Mickey is trying to chew his own arm off, and then Mickey tries stomping on this, and Minnie sees that Mickey is trying to stomp on this, and it hurts her feelings. It makes her upset, because she thinks here that Mickey doesn't want to be, that Mickey doesn't want to be with her. And I think it also, like, there's a few different ways that you could look at it here. One is that Minnie is afraid that, like, she sees that Mickey's doing this, and so she thinks that Mickey doesn't want to be attached to her, like with the lock, but like that he can't stand working with her, or that she could also kind of have that fear that they were forced to have to be together, or literally locked together, to try to work together there, and it was working out. And so there's kind of a couple of different things that you could say is working here, and it hurts her. Like, it hurts her feelings. It makes her upset, and then she looks at Mickey, and like you can tell that she's ready to break. And it's at that point Mickey realizes, oh crap, I screwed up, like, terribly. Like, making her mad was one thing. Like, that was screwing up, but at least she was just mad. Here, I hurt her feelings. This is worse, man. This is the worst. And then he looks at the lock and realizes, that's the lock that he got for them. And it has M&M on it, not the candy, although that is actually a cute concept. But it's an interesting thing. You see M&M, basically Mickey and Minnie, and then you see the infinity symbol. You see the in you see the in below it is the infinity symbol for everlasting. E for like infinite. E e eternal. And uh he immediately thinks back to getting that, and then he realizes, I screwed up. And so then it's interesting, like there's a couple of different things that you can, like I can see myself. The mice sink down to the ground. And again, I love the piano that's playing here. And again, there's a couple different things that's working here. First off, the mice was kind of forced to have to be stuck together. They're dragging each other through these different things. Mickey feels bad for hurting Minnie's feelings. He feels bad for what he done. He realizes that he kind of lashed out, and he shouldn't have. Minnie's upset because of what Mickey did, but she's also upset that, like just earlier they were happy and everything, and now they were like feeling kind of trapped, constrict, like basically smothered because they were chained together. And she feels hurt because, like, suddenly here they are mad. Suddenly here they are suddenly here they are mad at each other. And they sink down to the ground. And then again, I love the piano here. And one interesting thing here that I have to say is this camera pan that pans backward during this segment. And you could possibly say the mice was just thinking. One idea is that the mice were just thinking. They were thinking about what to do, kind of where to go from here. Um, Another idea that could work for a fan fiction is like the mice were just kind of giving up. This will work in a fan fiction, but like they were just kind of giving up. They were ready, not to give up on each other, but like, okay, we're stuck together. We're just going to stay here until it's all over, until we're nothing but skeletons. Um, but again, then they see these little ants trying to pick up a leaf, which happens to be shaped like a heart. And they see that, and I'm trying to get a good screenshot of this. There we go. Jeez. And they watch the ants, and then they look at each other, realizing, you know what? The ants make a good point. They were doing something right that we weren't doing. And they see the ants working together. And then they move their hands together. Mickey and Minnie each move their hands together at the same time. They cross pinkies together. Or okay, no, yeah. Sorry, thumbs. Yeah, thumbs. Sorry, thumbs. Thumbs. And then they smile because they realize, you know what? Oh, freaking heck! Because they realize, you know what? We can do this. We can work together. We just have, we just have to work together. And I gotta say, this little thing with this little boar, with him just strutting his stuff, is cute. And then he realizes, oh my gosh, and then that very, very wacky cartoon style with the boar. And you see, and the mice are just, oh my gosh, they're just pointing at him like, okay, dude, give us that key or you are going to be bacon later. And so they begin chasing after him in this really cute style. And I gotta say, it's cute. Like, Minnie especially, where she's got that little curve, that little curve, that's cute. And again, I love the background for this, the animation style, how the background is. This is a different form. Like the animation for this background is different than what I remember seeing before. The animation in the background during that segment in the swimming hole with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. The scenery seemed more of a 3D effect. This seems more of a 2D or flash based effect, but I like it. Like, I'm certainly not complaining whatsoever. But I really do love the transition of how it changes, how it, like, there's no skips, there's nothing to indicate that scene. It just one smooth transition as it moves from the forest to the mice, like turning as they begin chasing the boar up the steps. Again, I love that lantern there. I love the look, the style, and just how, I mean, everything's just gorgeous here, man. Everything's just beautiful. And again, I love the music that plays here while they're chasing the boar up the steps. I absolutely love that music as well. It's really, really good. And then whenever I realized, oh wait, they're playing Japanese. They're playing something, and then this bird, yeah, bird, uh, is moving this. Oh, like she's pulling her cart over using a string. Okay, you know what? I just got a question. Like, from the moment that the cart was turned over to the moment that the cartoon to this segment, like, this cartoon is how long? Okay, currently at the screen, I'm at 2 minutes and 52 seconds in. Okay, now yeah, it was a cart. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say that it would have taken a freakishly long time to get all that together. It could have even taken longer than this, but like applying a little bit of logic here. Again, it's a cartoon. Why am I even doing that? But why are you using a string to pull the cart back over? Just like get a hold of the edge and just flip it. But then again, it's cartoon logic, so you know, and it wouldn't have had this effect. Like, how else would the mice have tripped over top of a string? But that music that is playing during this segment, I freaking love that music that's playing during this segment, man. I love it. And then the mice just jump over top of that string like it's nothing. Like, they don't even look at it. They don't pay it any mind. They just Chuck Norris right over it. No big deal. Screw that. And then somehow the duck, or chicken, bird, whatever. And again, this little bitty boar, it's cute. I can't help it. It's too cute not to. I mean, it's cute. And it's like it's smiling. It's smiling as it's running. Like, ha ha ha. You can't catch me. Ha ha ha. I'm going to be bacon later, but ha ha ha. And again, I love the music. I absolutely love the music that is playing during this segment. If this is an actual song, please tell me what this song is in the comments, okay? Please. And again, then the mice, then they look at each other, realizing, okay, here we go. This is our shot. So they, like, in typical anime style, they look at each other, realize, you know, okay, all right, let's work together. And it's really cute because then there's this cute little scene where they then move together, close together. Really, really cute. And again, this is like anime. Like, this is total anime here, and I love it because I love anime. Then they get close together, and then they pull back out to use this. Then they begin to swing their arms to use this padlock as a weapon. And again, I love how they keep swinging it around. They're just working together, like they're mentally working off each other. They don't even have to communicate verbally. They automatically know what each other are thinking, and I love that. That right there is whenever, I mean, like, honestly, to me personally, whenever a friendship, whenever a relationship, whenever you can, like, mentally communicate with someone like that, and you know what the other is thinking, that's whenever you know you're extremely close. Whenever you can communicate with, I mean, without even using words, you can just look at each other and know what they're thinking. That's freaking boss. That's whenever you know you are extremely close. That's whenever you have that mental connection. And that's freaking boss. And that is truly what's going on here. And I freaking love it. Like, they're reading each other's thoughts without even, they're not communicating verbally. They're not giving each other orders. They already know what they're supposed to do without even, I mean, they're communicating with each other mentally. They already know what to do. And I freaking love it. I really want to see this happen more. Like, I really want to see this happen more. I really want to see this happen so much more. This needs to happen in more shorts. This totally does. Pardon me. And so they use their arms as a lasso to lasso the little piggy, and then they manage to catch him. And again, then they manage to catch him. Like, they use their arms as a lasso, and they catch him. And he tries to get away at first, but they're not letting him go. Like, they're not letting him go. And then he uses his tail for some reason to throw the key up onto the top of what looks like, again, it looks like Tokyo Tower. It might not be. Okay, no, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. All this time I was calling that Tokyo Tower. I'm wrong. I'm so sorry. Um, no, because it's on the main top of this little thing, which is in the park. Again, I'm so sorry. I am so terribly sorry for that. But okay, to my credit, I really wanted this to be Tokyo Tower, so I am so sorry. Um, but anyway, it lands on the main top, and so then this again, I love this little part where the mice somehow suddenly have binoculars, and then they just they communicate once more. And again, I'm not really sure what they said. I'm sure it's Japanese. I love it. And then we see them working together again. They're just climbing this tower together. They're climbing the tower here, and yeah, it's really it's really cute how that they're working off of each other here. It's really cute, and they're just working off of each other, and they're working together, and it like their hands are together, like their hands are holding on, clasped together, and they managed to get to the main top and get the key. And yeah, it's really cute. And there's also something else here that I kind of want to point out is that with this particular scene, you kind of see a bit of a size difference between them. Obviously, uh, like, and this is something to like, for example, here, uh, like I know this is a brief thing, but but it is something interesting. I was like, you can see a bit of the size difference with the mice. Like, Mickey's tail is more squiggly than Minnie's is kind of here. His legs are a bit thicker than 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 Minnie's is. Um, Minnie's feet is a little bit smaller than Mickey's. Her ears seem to be a little bit smaller a bit. Mickey's tongue seems to be a little bit wider, but Minnie seems to be a bit longer. Her eyes are also a bit more taller than his. Um, her nose is also a little bit smaller than his. Her mouth is also a little bit smaller than his as well. Um, and it also looks like Mickey's hand is a little bit larger than hers too. But and then they reach their arms up, and also Mickey's arm is longer than hers. Again, it's a cute little detail, but yeah, it's there. And then they unlock the key, and then they unlock the key. Then the key is unlocked, and they realize, oh look. Then they are just jumping for joy at first, and then they realize, oh shoot, we done kind of goofed because we just unlocked the key up on top of this tower, and we are going to fall to our deaths. That moment, whenever they just look towards the audience, like, oh crap, and then they fall down, and again, it's really interesting. Like, we see them again standing here. Oh gosh, like each with a black eye. Each with a black eye. Mickey has a bump on his ear. Minnie has what looks like a hole and a chip in her ear. They each have a bandage. Mickey has a bandage over his left eye. Minnie has one over her right. They each have like a swollen cheek on the right. Minnie's left arm is in a cast, and it's interesting because they each have a black eye, which is on the opposite side. And so then they walk off in bandages. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of a bit of a bittersweet thing. But again, I can just imagine how cute it is. Again, I'm a kind of a sick, twisted idiot. I can just imagine a cute scene of them each lying in a hospital bed, or in hospital beds in the exact same room, and the beds are close enough to that they can actually reach their arms out and hold and actually hold hands while they're in the hospital. Um, and then they walk off, and then we see Donald and Daisy with the same thing going to repeat for them. But yeah, I absolutely adore this short. I absolutely adore this short um, so freaking much. I adore this cartoon so freaking much. There's a lot in this cartoon. I love the music that plays in this. I love Mickey and Minnie speaking Japanese. That's like a freaking dream come true there. Um, I love the animation for this. The animation is just absolutely gorgeous. The backgrounds are just so beautiful. I love the backgrounds for this. And it's also really cute to see Mickey and Minnie actually see it. It's also freaking adorable to see Mickey and Minnie be locked, like actually be locked together in something like that, because that's not something you see very often. Like, we have seen it in cartoons together where two characters would be locked together with like handcuffs or something, but I don't recall ever seeing anything like that with Mickey and Minnie. And so to actually see it happen, it's cute. And obviously, if like this happened in like a cartoon, okay, a longer cartoon or a comic or something, there's a lot more potential for things that could actually happen. And if this was a cartoon set in North America, then obviously there will be more. There, obviously they could have had places for the characters to actually be more verbal with each other, and actually voice their concerns, uh, their feelings. But honestly, um, it worked within the format that it did, because, and this is just my personal thought, this cartoon could have worked in a comic or a much longer cartoon. I mean, or well, the cartoon of the same length, but it could have been set in the U.S. with the mice getting locked together, and with the characters speaking in their traditional North American voices. Yeah, they would have been. I mean, yeah, it would have been easier to have to have like an emotional moment where the characters are kind of voicing their concerns, like whenever they get upset, they're talking to each other. Whenever Minnie gets upset at whenever Minnie gets upset at Mickey, there, like she's telling him why, and Mickey's apologizing. Um, but honestly, it would have kind of been kind of heavy stuff. Not saying that I would not want to have seen something like that, or that it could not have, or that it couldn't have been done. It could have, yes. But honestly, for a cartoon of this length, it would have actually made the cartoon longer to actually have that voice work done. And so I really think doing it in Japanese like that, it worked, because and with the style that they did it with, the characters not saying very much, but it would just be this sort of the old classic silent cartoon style. It worked out great. It worked out great. Like, you didn't have to actually hear what the characters were saying to understand what the characters were feeling. And that's really good storytelling. I mean, we've seen it before. Whenever a character's facial expressions, body language, and things like that can help to express what they're feeling. That's, I mean, whenever you can visually see it, and you can truly understand what the characters are feeling, whenever it really conveys it, that's whenever you know the animation is good. That's whenever you know the animation is good. And the animation for this really expressed what the characters were feeling, and so you were able to fully understand that. It was beautifully conveyed, and you were able to fully understand it. And so I really, again, I love how that played out. And again, it was really cute to see. It was really adorable to see Mickey and Minnie be locked together like that. And one would think, okay, they're stuck together. You know, how could that not be a good thing? Well, honestly speaking, honestly, if you were locked, uh, if you were chained or handcuffed or locked together with someone like that, yeah, it would be funny at first, but obviously, you know that you could not stay literally like that forever. You would have to be able to get free. It doesn't mean that you don't care about each other. It doesn't mean you don't like each other. It doesn't mean you don't want to be together. It just means, you know what? Being just a foot, just a foot away all the time, having something around your wrist like that, not really being able to have any freedom with that arm, um, yeah, that can be a problem. So, but they, like I said, they were trying to find the boar each in their own way, and it didn't work. Like whenever they were working to try to find the boar each in their own way, it didn't work. It took them working together and communicating with each other to to be able to have to have to have to have success. And honestly, to me personally, this cartoon is a really good metaphor for for a relationship and friendship in real life. You can you can do something your own way. You might have success, but it really takes working together to really make it work. And like this right here is a really good metaphor for that. It really takes working together. That's whenever you have that is whenever you have the most success. That is whenever you have the best results. And again, I absolutely love this cartoon. It's so freaking cute. I adore the animation. It's really adorable. It's really sweet. It's so much fun. I absolutely love it. And I can see exactly what my best friend was talking about whenever they said the best my short to date. My gosh, it's going to be so hard to top this one. This is my favorite. This is honestly my favorite one. This is going to be so hard to top, man. But oh my gosh, this is so cute. I freaking love this. I adore it so freaking much. Um, but again, I but and again, um, so again to everybody that worked on this cartoon, thank you all so much for this cartoon. This is just absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's adorable. It's so sweet. It's romantic. It's fun. I absolutely love it. And so thank you to everybody so much that worked on this cartoon. Disney, everybody, thank you so much for this cartoon. This is absolutely wonderful. Thank you all so much. And also to my best friend, thank you so much for telling me that this cartoon was out. Thanks so much for sending me the link. And I hope you enjoyed. And you were totally right. This is the best one to date. I love it. This is so cute. But again, thank you so much. And also, there's been several other people as well that have been telling me to check out this cartoon again. Thank you as well. I really, really appreciate it. And so again, hope you guys enjoyed. And oh my gosh, it's going to be so hard to top this cartoon, but I know it can be done. I just don't know how long it'll take. But again, thank you guys again for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you guys again for joining me. And I will see you guys hopefully in the next video that I do. Take care.